All right, let's go to the wild card. We got about 6 minutes left. We're going to go kind of rapid fire on this, but we have 5 things. You guys are going to fix college football. All the issues that we have with college football, you're going to propose a quick fix because nobody else has seemed to figure it out. A quick fix to get this sport back on the right track. I'll go through each one of them. I'm not going to give you a heads up on what they are. We'll go Cole first on this first one, and then we'll just alternate back and forth. So Cole will go first 3 times. Cole, fix NIL.
Number one, there has to be a salary cap for teams that are currently in college football. Now, of course, the salary cap could be at a certain level based off of what you lose in terms of players in the transfer portal, what you lose in players at graduation, but there is a salary cap just like the NFL percentage. If you are taking players from the G5 level, I do believe that just like you can talk about when it comes to paying for a new head coach, you do a buyout system. There is a certain level to where you pay their NIL funds to be able to bring them on in, because why would they want to go to your school to begin with? To help you win a championship? What are they doing by hurting the other school? Hurting them from winning a championship or even a conference championship and being that running for that 12 seed in the college football playoff. And last and certainly not least, honoring commitments. If you are signed to a 2-year contract in NIL, you must stay with the school for 2 years. When your NIL contract is up, you are allowed to enter the transfer portal. And with the transfer portal, you are only allowed to enter one time before having to sit out for an entire year like we used to see.
Tom? Was that one or all 5 at the same time? That was a lot. Was that
Cole
one?
Did jump a little bit into the next one, but
was that one? Okay, so my one is piggybacking kind of the contract situation. I look at it differently. If you're a 5-star and I love you, here's a 3-year deal with a 4th-year option and tiered compensation as it goes. If you're a 1-star, 2-star, even a 3-star, here's a 1-year deal. That's it. Make this as much like the NFL as humanly possible. And if guys want to jump in the transfer portal, you restrict that for the guys you love. You don't restrict that for the guys that you're not in love with, and you compensate them accordingly. So I completely agree with the revenue sharing model, but I think the contracts need to resemble the NFL style, not employee status deals. Don't do that, because that's going to be an absolute nightmare, and you're going to welcome unionization. Go with contracts.
Yeah, people talk about the NFL so much, and what I like that you hit on there, Tom, is the NFL. Like, no matter who gets drafted number 1, right? We think it'll be Cam. He's going to make a set amount, and I like that. I like guaranteed maximums, guaranteed minimums. It is going to bring back the McDonald's bags. I get that, but I do think that that's ultimately a better situation, and there should be an enforcement on that too. All right, quickly, the portal. We kind of dipped into this really quickly. Tom, you can go real fast. I'll actually give you the next one too, since you both kind of dumped into the portal, and NIL and the portal are so linked. But quick thoughts on the portal?
Yeah, just do one portal window and do it after the national championship is done. Completely after the national championship is done. Hell, give it a week just so these coaches can sleep, something like that. But having 2 portal windows, like this year, the portal window for Penn State specifically takes place a week and a half and ends the day before their blue-white game, their spring game. So it's like, oh, I'm literally coaching up guys that I will showcase in this event. Granted, it's not being televised this year, but you're putting it in a situation where it's like, why am I coaching these guys? Figure it out immediately after the national championship is over.
I agree with him. One portal window. Also, I agree. It's, in my opinion, one portal change. You get one opportunity to enter. Afterwards, you have to sit out for an entire year. And that does go toward your eligibility. It's not a redshirt year. You have to sit out for an entire year.
Fix the playoff, Tom.
I hated the seeding this past year. I did not understand, why the hell are Boise State and Arizona State getting preferential treatment? I don't think that the conference championship games really matter. They really don't. I understand that the TV networks are going to keep doing them because it's an extra game. I'm a big fan of the college basketball model where it's just, hey, you have a regular season champion and you just be done with it. Now, that team getting a bye, I just don't understand that Oregon gets a bye and Boise State gets a bye when we can all clearly see it's like, hey, this is not a better football team. So it's deserving versus best, that whole can of worms, et cetera. But the seeding needs to be redone. It absolutely has to be redone. And doing it based on preseason rankings is the real problem in all of this, is that you need to look at these teams based on how they perform on the field during the season, not because, oh, we put somebody at number 1 in freaking July and they just happen to kind of stay the course, but we're going to leave them there in that general conversation anyway.
If I were to go ahead and fix it, I agree with Tom about the seeding things, but let's make it a little bit more interesting. Keep the value of the New Year's Six games by having every playoff game, except for the national championship, played at the higher seeds' hometown court. Have them be played in college stadiums, because that's what makes college football such a unique sport. Over 113,000 seats are in the Big House, and now you're going to make them travel down to Glendale, Arizona, that only fits 76,000. Plus, you get to keep the integrity of the Fiesta Bowl. You get to keep the integrity of the Peach Bowl and the Cotton Bowl, and it's no longer it's just a win en route to going toward the national title, because of their quest is to actually go play for that one last game down in Miami Beach, down in the Rose Bowl, down in Atlanta, down in Houston, down in Indianapolis, whatever it is. And the game still should matter with the Peach Bowl. There used to be pride and joy of going to the Rose Bowl and claiming a victory. Do that still and have those games matter. You still could have had Ole Miss. You still could have had South Carolina. Still could have had Illinois. Still could have had Alabama in those matchups. And fans would have salivated for the opportunity to go to those games.
All right, we got 2 more, 20 seconds or less. Fix rankings, Cole.
I will easily just say you have to have a point of schedule, be a purpose in it. Straight the schedule has to matter. When you play against a ranked team, you do not need to be punished because if you lost by 1 point to a ranked team. If you don't play any ranked teams, yes, you should be rewarded, but how you win those games should play a major factor into settling where you fall into the top 25.
Tom?
Eliminate preseason rankings, only start them when you're going to do rankings for the college football playoff. And I might even go a step further. Do rankings based on win-loss record within your conference only.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, my quick one for that would just literally to come up with an algorithm and go with a true numbers-based metric, because I don't think scheduling will ever be equal enough. And so that makes it really tough. So literally just create an algorithm that everyone agrees on, and then you know what you need to attain.
Just do the BCS.
I say BCS.
Yeah, exactly. Last one, realignment.
Tom, you go first.
Draw geographical boundaries. Like the SEC actually has it like kind of organized. Like Texas is starting to get a little bit farther out there, but like I like that organization. Like why the ACC has Stanford in it. For me, it's more a branding thing in the names. It's like, all right, then just rename the whole conference. But if the brand is such a big deal to you, then why the hell is Stanford playing in the Atlantic Coast Conference? I don't get it. And Oregon is in the Big Ten, and Pac-12 is 2 teams. Like, figure it out.
Stop delaying the inevitable and just create the super conference. Give us the 50 teams that we know are going to be going to a national championship that you think are good enough to hoist up the title, that will bring in the television revenue. And don't worry about conferences. Just let those teams play against each other, battle it out. The top 15 the top 16 or the top 18 or whatever the hell we decide on the number, they end up playing in the college football playoff, and everybody else goes to some other bowl game.
Yeah, I like it. The other alternative for realignment for me was to just literally go back to like 2000 and bring back the Big East, bring back, like, just go backwards.
Give me the Southwest Conference. Give me that shit.
I'm here for it. Thank you for watching this episode of The Power 2. This was part of a live show that you can get right now by clicking the link on the screen. We appreciate you guys for tuning in. Make sure you're subscribed to College Football Addiction so you don't miss any of The Power 2.